The BRICS Plus group have been pushing for a new currency to rival the dominance of the US dollar in international trade. This move has sparked rumors of a massive US dollar dump and a shift in global power dynamics. While the idea of a new currency has gained some traction, it remains to be seen whether it will have the intended impact. Stay tuned with me till the end. Remember that subscribing and activating the bell notification feature will make you stay up to date with business, history, international relations, geopolitics, and world affairs shaping the global climate and our civilization. Firstly, it is important to understand why the BRICS Plus nations are pushing for a new currency. The US dollar has been the dominant currency in international trade for decades, and this gives the US a significant advantage in terms of global influence and economic power. The BRICS nations, which collectively account for a significant portion of the world's population and GDP, feel that this system is unfair and want to create a more level playing field. In 2014, the BRICS nations established the New Development Bank, NDB, which was intended to provide an alternative to the World Bank and IMF. This move was seen as a direct challenge to the existing global financial order, which has been dominated by Western powers. The NDB has been successful in providing loans for infrastructure projects in developing countries, but it has yet to make a significant impact on the global financial system. The idea of a new currency has been discussed by the BRICS nations for several years, but it has yet to materialize. In 2018, reports emerged that the BRICS were considering creating a cryptocurrency as an alternative to the US dollar. However, this idea was met with skepticism by some experts, who pointed out the volatility and lack of regulation in the cryptocurrency market. Despite these challenges, some experts believe that a new currency could have a significant impact on the global financial system. In an interview with CNBC in 2018, Mark Mobius, a well-known investor and founder of Mobius Capital Partners, said that if there were a BRICS currency, that would be a very powerful force in the world. However, not everyone is convinced that a new currency is necessary or even feasible. In an interview with Bloomberg in 2019, former Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said that it's hard to imagine a world in which the Chinese renminbi becomes the dominant reserve currency. Yellen pointed out that the renminbi is not yet fully convertible, which means that it is not freely traded on global markets. Yellen's comments highlight some of the challenges that a new currency would face. In order to become a viable alternative to the US dollar, it would need to be freely traded on global markets and widely accepted by the international community. This would require a significant shift in global power dynamics, as well as cooperation and coordination among the BRICS nations. Despite these challenges, the idea of a new currency remains a topic of discussion among the BRICS nations. In an interview with RT in 2019, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that we are moving to a multipolar world, and the current monopoly of the dollar is no longer acceptable. Putin suggested that the BRICS nations could create a new currency that is secured by gold and other commodities. While the idea of a new currency may be appealing to the BRICS nations, it remains to be seen whether it will have the intended impact. The US dollar has been the dominant currency in international trade for decades, and this has given the US significant economic and political power. In order for a new currency to challenge the dominance of the US dollar, it would need to be widely accepted by the international community and traded on global markets. While a new currency could potentially shift global power dynamics, it would require significant cooperation and coordination among the BRICS nations, as well as a willingness from the international community to adopt a new currency. Additionally, the challenges of creating a viable alternative to the US dollar, such as convertibility and acceptance on global markets, cannot be underestimated. Furthermore, it is important to note that the US dollar's dominance in international trade is not just a result of economic factors, but also political and historical ones. The US has played a leading role in shaping the global financial system since World War II, and this has given it significant influence and power. It is unlikely that the US would relinquish this power without a fight. In an interview with CNBC in 2019, former U.S. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew said that the U.S. dollar is not going to lose its position as the world's dominant reserve currency anytime soon. Lew pointed out that the U.S. has a unique role in the global financial system, and that it would take significant changes in the international community for this to change. While the idea of a new currency may be appealing to some, it is important to recognize the challenges and limitations of such a move. The BRICS nations have already taken steps to challenge the existing global financial order, such as the establishment of the NDB. However, creating a new currency would require a much greater level of cooperation and coordination among the BRICS nations, as well as a willingness from the international community to adopt a new currency. For example, they've established the New Development Bank, NDB, also known as the BRICS Bank, which aims to finance infrastructure and sustainable development projects in emerging economies. The NDB was established in 2014 and is headquartered in Shanghai, China. It was created with an initial capital of $100 billion, with contributions from all 5 BRICS nations. The bank aims to provide an alternative to traditional Western-dominated financial institutions, such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. In an interview with the Financial Times in 2020, the president of the NDB, Marcos Chuejo, emphasized the importance of the bank as a means of challenging the existing global financial order. He stated that the NDB was about the democratization of global governance, and that it was part of a larger movement towards a multipolar world. Chuejo also noted that the NDB had faced challenges in its early years, particularly in terms of establishing its credibility and attracting investment. However, he argued that the bank had made significant progress in recent years and was well-positioned to become a major player in the global financial system. The establishment of the NDB is just one example of the BRICS nations' efforts to challenge the existing global financial order. However, creating a new currency would represent a much more significant challenge. In addition to the challenges involved in creating a viable alternative to the US dollar, there are also political and diplomatic challenges that would need to be addressed. For example, the BRICS nations have very different political systems and economic structures, which could make it difficult to reach a consensus on a new currency. Additionally, the existing global financial order is dominated by Western countries, particularly the US, which would likely resist any efforts to challenge their dominance. In an interview with CNN in 2018, former Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff argued that the BRICS nations needed to work together to challenge the existing global financial order. She stated that the BRICS should create an independent financial architecture that would provide an alternative to the Western-dominated system. Rousseff also emphasized the need for greater cooperation and coordination among the BRICS nations. She argued that the 5 nations should work together to promote trade and investment among themselves and to challenge the existing global financial order. While the BRICS nations have taken steps to challenge the existing global financial order, creating a new currency would require significant cooperation and coordination among the BRICS nations, as well as a willingness from the international community to adopt a new currency. Additionally, the challenges of creating a viable alternative to the US dollar cannot be underestimated, given the US' unique role in the global financial system. Ultimately, it will be up to the BRICS nations to decide whether the benefits of a new currency outweigh the challenges and risks involved. And now, let us hear from you. What did we miss? What other key issues exist in the BRICS Plus alliance currency creation that you think are worth mentioning? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. And if you have any suggestions for us, then comment below. And that concludes today's discussion. Kindly return the favor by liking, subscribing, and activating the bell notification feature will make you stay up to date with business, history, international relations, geopolitics, and world affairs shaping the global climate and our civilization. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.